What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. The day after we beat Casablanca 4-1, we are in the next round of the Club World Cup, and that is not even the most important thing that happened on the day. The most important thing happened pre-game because we finally heard from Scanavino again. I think for the first time I listened to him and I was like, that's what I want to hear. What he said pre-game, every single Juve fan wants to hear. We must be competing for the title next season. We must be competitive, he said, which basically means we must be up there to compete for the title. And they are going to do potentially, that's potentially, everything to get there. That is the big thing, you know. First off, hearing it is good because it's Juve, it's standard. However, to reach that standard, certain things are need to be done, and that's the most important thing. Before we get into it, smash the like button because I think for me personally, then obviously, it's important that I've heard that coming from his own mouth. Because if it doesn't happen, we all know who's responsible, and everybody needs to be held accountable once again because that's how it works. Before we get into it, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Later on tonight, call in show. So keep in mind, if you have something to say or you want to have a say, you can call in later tonight and we can talk things over. However, Scanavino spoke and he said basically that we must be competitive for the Scudetto next season. He said we have a good core of young, good players, talented young, good players at this moment in time, and we're going to add a few pieces to be competitive. And that's important, you know. We need help. If you, whatever he believes, you know, a young team is good, but is it good enough to compete? No, it's not. We made that it's very obvious. It's not. We have massive holes in the squad that we still need to address, and so many question marks. So it's good that he said that we need to be competitive for Scudetto. One is Juve. It is what it is. It puts pressure on the club. It puts pressure on Tudor, as it should. You know, at Juve, there should be pressure to win. If it's Allegri, if it's Motta, if it's whoever is a coach, Pirlo, Sarri, you need to win at Juve is as simple, or like, it's not simple, but the principle is simple. But to win, you need help. And Tudor needs help. Like Allegri needed help, like Conte needed help, Pirlo, Sarri. Every coach needs help because every coach has a different thing in mind, you know. So saying that it's one, now comes the most important thing. He said we're gonna add pieces here and there. The most important pieces are at the back. That should be the priority. We can talk about Koopmeiners is not good enough and Douglas Luiz is going to leave and it's Conceição. Fine, Koopmeiners might not be good enough, excuse me. He might be leaving. Douglas Luiz didn't play against Casablanca. I think that's very telling. Probably will leave as well. You're going to replace him with who? I don't know. But the first thing that needs to be addressed is the center back position. You can play a low block, you can play aggressive like Tudor wants to do, high up the pitch, whatever. You can invert fullbacks, you can pull center backs. At the end of the day, the quality at the back is not good enough. Bremer comes back, we don't know when. We don't know in which capacity. Will he have a setback with injuries? Like, that can all happen. Cabal is still out. Probably a player that will get loaned in January because he will be far behind every single other player. You need guarantees at the back. If you play with a back three like we're trying to do right now, neither Kalulu, nor Kelly, or Savona are center backs. Neither of them are good playing out from the back. Kelly is decent when he's got pulled completely to the left, can push on. He looks decent. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give him that, you know. And defensively, I think he's very poor. Reading the game is poor. But with the ball on his feet moving forward, he's actually good, Kelly. But at the end of the day, you're a center back or you're a defender, and that's a problem. Tudor, off without possession, I'm talking, likes to play aggressive. Cool, we all like that. That's fine. He loves to play a lot of man to man, like a lot of man to man. Cool, fine, we get it. But to do that, you need to have good Samax who actually Chiellini man to man. Wow, you know. For example, obviously, non Chiellinis, nor are we gonna get a Chiellini, but that is a problem because I think individually they're not good. I don't think Kelly is good. I don't think Kalulu is a center back. I think Savona is not ready to play that position from the get-go. He will have a lot of growing pains, and that will cost you if you want to be in a title race. You know, that's that. If you don't play back-to-back, and in a certain situation, man-to-man, it will not happen. I think you need to have some speed to make up for it. I don't see the real speed and the center. Kalulu shows it at flashes, but overall not. And technically, that center back partnership, backline room is not good enough. And that's not that's a given. If it's Gatti there, like it's not good enough to compete and to make this Juve great again. If that means you need to keep Gatti, but you bring in a better center back and you're like, Kelly, you need to go, which I don't think is going to happen. I don't think Kelly's going to go because I think Tudor likes him. Rugani, you're out, and you're out, whatever. We need to address the backline from the get-go because otherwise the quotes Canavino put up, which I like, puts pressure on everyone, himself included, which is fair, and I can appreciate that. I'm not going to lie. You need to back that up because if we go into the season and we don't have it, you sell, well, I forgot the name. You sign Aguet from West Ham. That's not gonna move the needle. Then you cannot turn out around at the end of the season. You're like, well, Tudor, you needs to go. I'm like, you guys need to help out because everybody can see we have issues at the back. All season long. You can just not bank your hope on Bremer coming back and it will be fixed. That's not the case. You can also not ask Tudor to change his ideas because then he's gonna fail. Then move him on, sack him, and get another coach that can fit the players, I guess. That's also the wrong thing. So good you said that. Should be the standard, but the standard also should be, as a management, to give the players to the coach which he needs. The quality, the profiles, all those things need to be in place. Otherwise, it's just we're gonna go over and over again the same thing every single season. Oh, we missed this. That's not good enough. This and that. It's gonna be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster. So it's going to be very interesting. Whatever happens at the Club World Cup, we can lose against Man City. And Man City have a far better squad. Like, there's no debate. And in the next round, you might face Real Madrid and you lose. I don't think anyone will be shocked among the fan base because, well, pound for pound, quality-wise, you should be losing on paper against this team. Obviously, you want to put up a fight and you will be disappointed. But if you lose against Man City with what they did with their squad, the investments, and Real Madrid, it's like only normal. If you look at our starting 11, we're made of lone players, and McKennie is the most expensive player in the lineup. Basically, you're going to struggle against clubs who have Haaland and Mbappe and all these players in their squad. You're just going to struggle, and the chances of you losing are much higher than you winning. That's fine. So whatever happens on the World Cup, heat, fatigue, facing a better team, that's fine. It's all about next season. How are you going to help out Tudor? Who are you going to move up? Are you going to be serious? Are you going to tell Nico Gonzalez or Colt Miners, you're not good enough and we have offers, you might be leaving because we can upgrade or we can change or we can do this and we can build a better center back partnership. So Gatti, you might be leaving, or McKennie, well, are you okay with less money because you're going to sit on the bench? Because, yeah, Douglas Luiz is going, but we're signing Ederson, and, well, the next one up is Ederson and not you, McKennie. Those are decisions that are going to be made and are going to shape up the future, even the short term. Are you going to compete? Because that's what you said. Anyways, in the comments, you let me know what we need to be a serious contender next season. Try to be realistic. Maybe give me positions rather than names, and we'll talk about it. And if you really want to talk about it later tonight, live call-in show. I'll see you all there.